CL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Sherry Brown and Tom Lucas.
Good morning. Welcome to the on-air open house. Bill doesn't seem to be here, Sherry.
Bill is not here. He's nowhere to be found.
Oh, I know where he is. He's in Oregon right now.
Oh, yes,
but
right.
that's okay. Bill's down there. He's going to check in with us in just a few minutes, but we do have somebody sitting in Bill's chair this morning.
We do.
Well, actually, he's not. He's standing because nobody wants to sit in Bill's chair. Gentleman's name, he's been with us before. It's Tim Redpath. He is the CEO of Redpath Relocations. And Tim, it's good to see you again. Tim. That's right, Tim.
Good morning, Tom.
I was thinking about your son, Josh, he's away too.
Everyone's on vacation.
Where is
But
Josh?
us, we're not on vacation.
Josh went to Mexico for Cinco de Mayo.
Nice.
Goodness sake. And you're going to have a Cinco de Mayo party a little after the show?
I am.
Well, the news is finally out that the Duchess, Kate Middleton, and Prince William now have a new baby girl in the family. Isn't that dandy? Prince George is now a brother. It's pretty exciting news.
Very exciting.
You've become a grandma.
I am a grandma this week. I am now a grandma. Mm-hmm. I know it's hard to believe, but little Keanu Brown was born.
What is the person's name? What?
Keanu. Yes, I love my children, but it's not my choice. I'll say that, but I'll be a.
Didn't you have a moving truck with that name? It was the Keanu?
No, we did not. Congratulations, Sherry.
Yes, I'm very excited. He's a beautiful baby boy. So.
That's good to hear.
Yes.
Well, that's good. So little Keanu, maybe he's listening to the show this morning.
He could be listening, yes.
All right. It's 2 minutes after 10 o'clock on the Radio Real Estate Show, and we're going to have some fun today. Just before the show began, our friend over at Sutton Realty, Randy Book, put a posting on his Facebook page, right?
Yes, actually, Randy posted on our Facebook page asking us what our thoughts were about an article that just came out. The Competition Tribunal's ruling is a blow for home sales by owners. And what's happened is, I don't know if you're aware, but quite a few years ago we made it okay for homeowners who want to do for sale by owner to actually list their properties on realtor.ca. And in order to do this, they can do it, but they still have to go through a brokerage and pay usually some kind of fee, and they can't put their own contact information. And I guess the homeowners said, you know what, no, we want full control. We want to be able to do what we want, and we want to use realtor.ca. Realtor.ca, of course, is owned by realtors. Mm-hmm. We pay for it. So the tribunal has come back recently and said, no, you know what, we like the rules we came up with, and that's the way it is. Or you could stick a sign on your lawn and do it, or you can hire a realtor.
You know what? I think I'd just rather hire a realtor and be done with it.
And you know what? I think everybody should just hire a realtor.
I think hire the realtor, go see the mortgage broker, then go call the moving company on maybe Redpath Relocations.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 minutes after 10 o'clock. Our accredited mortgage professional, Bill Macklin, who is the president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, is in Newport, Oregon this week, but we'll have him on the phone line in just a few seconds for your weekly mortgage rate update.
And Bill will also answer your mortgage question of the week.
Bill, are you there? What are you talking about later on?
In the show, we're going to be talking about property prices in Oregon, and I have some really interesting news from one of our realtors I was talking to, Sarah Bell from the Emerald Coast Realty.
Now, Bill, I hope you don't mind, but you're away. But Tim is here, Tim Redpath of Redpath Relocations, and he's keeping your slot in the studio nice and warm this week for you.
Well, I could have used him to just pack some of the stuff up down here for the week's holiday.
Sounds like you took too much on vacation, Bill.
And our radio.
You've met my wife, Kathy. You know what that looks like.
Yes,
yes. And our Radio Real Estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, chats about those pesky gray plastic pipes.
I don't know what he's doing, but Mark from EA Renovations is on special assignment again. He must be building a palace somewhere.
I think he is.
I sent him a note the other day. I said, when you finish this project, we want to hear about it on the show. So he's going to let us know what's going on. Residential, commercial, we have moving tips. We have all sorts of information on moving. Our special guest on the program this week is Tim Redpath. He is the CEO of Redpath Relocations, and you've heard him a little bit on the program. We're going to be hearing more from him by the time the show's over today.
And Sue Warner, Regional Manager for Legal Shield, will talk to us about identity theft.
And Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up. If you have a question for Bill, go to our website, which is RadioRealEstateShow.ca, RadioRealEstateShow.ca. Leave your question there, and Bill will answer it on next week's program.
And Andrea Jacques of Keller Williams Elite Realty looks at a busy week in the Tri-Cities.
Mark Perry, the radio real estate voice of the Valley, will bring us up to date on some of the activities taking place in this weekend. And I have two words for you: monster drug.
Okay. And we'll chat about commercial real estate with Don Mortimer from the Powerhouse Agents at Remax Crest Realty Westside. It's now 10:05, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy CIL 650.
And it's time for the weekly mortgage rate update with our resident mortgage expert. His name is Bill Macklem. He's on special assignment in Oregon this morning. Bill, what do you have for us?
Well, I'll tell you, the rates are still looking great. Our variable rates are down to the 2.2, 2.15, which are fabulous, and our fixed rates are hovering around the 2.64. There are some no-frill lenders offering like 2.59, but 2.64 still is such a great rate. So the rates are still low. If you're ready to buy, now will be the time. As Sharon and I were talking earlier last week, prices of homes are moving upwards, and there's a lack of product for her to sell.
Interesting stuff.
There is, yes.
Yeah. So if you want to have some more information from Bill, what should we do? Yeah.
Well, you can call, always call Bill.
Call Bill. He may not be home, but he'll get back to you soon.
He will. And he's going to answer your mortgage question of the week in a couple of minutes. And later in the show, we'll be chatting with our special guest, Tim Redpath, CEO of Redpath Relocations.
And you're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house. It's Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
When it's time to make a move, reach out to Redpath Relocations. We are Vancouver's most professional office moving company. No matter what your business, we have the experience to get you into your new space in the most efficient manner possible. Our full spectrum of relocation services will leave you and your staff free to focus on your business. We offer move management, green initiatives, and our promise is to leave you happy. Call 604-945-9910 or visit redpathrelocations.ca.
I'm Adam Corbin, president of InstaFund, one of BC's most established private mortgage lenders. Many people these days can't rely on the banks for a mortgage. Whether you're self-employed, have credit challenges, or are new to home ownership, sometimes it seems impossible to get the banks to understand you. InstaFund can help. Call me directly at 604-687-2020 or ask your mortgage broker if InstaFund is the answer to your mortgage needs. Visit our website at instafund.com.
Hi, it's Mark with EA Renovations Limited. I can turn your outdated house into something you'll be proud to call home. Whether you're looking for a new kitchen, bathroom, addition, or even a new custom home, look no further than EA Renovations. Let us create the home you deserve. Call 604-825-0789 today or visit earenos.com to arrange your free in-home estimate.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem. In these busy and hectic times with family and business responsibilities, it is difficult to find the time to sit down with your mortgage broker and discuss all your mortgage options. I'm available to be with you at your place of work, your home, our office, or at a place convenient for you. Please give me a call at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
CIL 650. There is a house in New Orleans.
Well, there's a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. I remember asking my mom about that once. I said, "What is the House of the Rising Sun, Mom?" And she said, "Ask your father." So I still have no idea what it was all about. It's 10:09. We've got a question for Bill this morning, Sherry.
We do. This week's question comes from Jimmy Preston of Newton. Jimmy would like to know, Bill, if he could refinance if he's short on equity.
Well, thanks, Ray. That's a great question from Jimmy. Equity is the amount of value you have in your home above the existing mortgage. So if you had a $400,000 house and you had a $200,000 mortgage, the equity you would have in your house would be $200,000. Unfortunately, with the new lending rules that the federal government brought in about 2 years ago, the absolute available equity to you would be 80% of the $400,000 would be $320,000. So if you had a $300,000 mortgage, you have $20,000 of equity available to you. That can be refinanced. You can either get a brand new mortgage to refinance that and get you the $20,000 out, or we can actually do, we have a lender that will allow us to put a variable rate open mortgage behind it. And so you'd have $20,000 at probably 3.5%, and you could pay that off at any time you want. So there are some availability of it. But the difference between all these things in equity financing is that some of them are homes, some of them are townhomes, and some of them are condos. And as we know, condos and townhomes haven't risen in value all that much. And if you only put 5% down, you do not have any available credit at this time. If you have a home and you put down a significant down payment, or maybe not, but the home is in an area where the prices have risen substantially, there's a good chance that there's some equity in there that you can take out. So to find out better information about that, you want to talk to us at Mackler Mortgages, and we will do an appraisal because it has to be an appraised value of the property, determine what that present value is, and then we would get a copy of your existing mortgage to find out whether you have any equity available for you.
Well, thank you very much, Bill. And you can get expert mortgage information online by visiting billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com. Or you can call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Billy, are you still there?
I am.
Little later on in the program, apparently, I hear you're going to be talking about prices down in the state of Oregon. Is that true?
It is. It's an amazing area. I've been down here once before, but it's gorgeous. It's sunny. It's only about 65, 70 degrees, which I don't know what that is in Celsius, but probably about, Sherry's there. She might know.
She has no idea.
Put me on the spot.
Come on, you're the numbers guy. All I know, Bill, is that when you say 70 degrees, it sounds a heck of a lot warmer, you know?
And it's sunny. And there's no rain.
All right, we'll talk to you shortly. Bill's mortgage question of the week is brought to you by InstaFund, the #1 source for private mortgage funds in Metro Vancouver. You can get them online, instafund.com. That's instafund.com. Now it's 11 minutes after 10 o'clock, right?
It's going fast.
Do you think we should talk to somebody out in the Tri-Cities?
I think we should. She's waiting.
Who is she?
She's Andrea Jacques of Keller Williams Elite Realty.
Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, Sherry.
Welcome back. What a beautiful weekend, huh?
Yeah, it's been fabulous, and we've had another fantastic week in the Tri-Cities. Today I'm featuring two great new listings. 97 Cranberry Court is an executive home located in the prestigious August Views neighborhood atop of Heritage Mountain. This 4-bedroom and flex home features an open concept floor plan, beautiful hardwood flooring, a gourmet kitchen with butler station, huge dining room with French doors leading to the wraparound patio overlooking the perfectly manicured backyard, cityscape views, and a hot tub that completes this fabulous home. My second listing is a spectacular waterfront family home located in Belcarra, BC, situated on a park-like 20,000 square foot lot with your own private dock. The pedestal view is one of the best in Belcarra, and you can come by and visit both of these homes today and tomorrow from 1 to 4 p.m. at the open house. Tomorrow from 9 to 1 p.m. is a children's swap meet. Parents have been busy cleaning out their babies' clothes and children's closets and toys, so there'll be lots of goodies for those bargain hunters. Located at 630 Poirier Street in Coquitlam. This is Andrea Jacques for Radio Real Estate.
When you're ready for a move in the Tri-Cities, you can call Andrea Jacques at 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124. Or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com.
It's 13 minutes after 10:13 on the Radio Real Estate Show. And coming up in the next segment of the program, we'll be joined by our special guest this week, Tim Redpath. He is the CEO with Redpath Relocations, and we're going to chat a little bit about moving your home and your office and a few other things you might find kind of interesting.
This is Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty with Bill Macklem, who is in Oregon, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer, Dwayne Bishop and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on smooth and easy CIL 650.
CIL 650. I've played around and played around. This whole town too long, and I feel like I've got to travel on.
I feel like I got to travel on. I just sold this old dump and I bought myself a brand new beautiful place. Now what I need to do is to move my stuff from my old dumpy house to my brand new house, right?
Yes.
And I've got lots of questions about moving companies. So I thought what we do today is go right to the source. We get the CEO of Redpath Relocations in the studio with us. Tim Redpath is here. Tim, good morning.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Nice to have you back in the studio.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, last time you were here, your son was with you, but he's gone to Mexico this week.
Everyone deserves a vacation, so.
Because he knew you were coming down here, right?
I don't think he was too worried about it.
Let's talk about, excuse me, we talk about FSBOs. I've had this cold now for 3 weeks and it just won't go away. We talk about FSBOs, people that like to sell their own houses. We also talk about people that like to do their own moving. And one of your commercials that you're running on the air now, your son does it. He says, remember the last time your friends came over to help you move? Not a good thing.
Well,
and they didn't show?
That was what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, you certainly, I mean, it's a personal choice if you want to use a professional mover or if you want to have your friends and family give you a hand to do it. Either way works, but again, it is up to the individual. It depends what you have and what your physical abilities are. I mean, last I looked, budget rent-a-truck was doing pretty well. They have U-Hauls, it's a big market for that.
However, though, if your friends or your family help you, and your friends or your family break something, you don't have much of recourse, do you?
No, you don't really have any recourse at all. And what's even worse is to consider is that if one of them became injured, then you'd feel terrible and they'd feel terrible as well.
And you'd be responsible for it?
You could be.
Oh, geez.
Going with the professional mover, at least you can be assured that they're insured as well as covered by workers' compensation.
So a professional mover comes over to my house, the professional mover packs my stuff, so then the professional moving company is responsible for that once they packed it, right?
That's correct, Tom. If you pack your own cartons with your belongings into it and the moving company moves them and something's damaged inside, then unless there's real damage, like the box appears to have been dropped or something like that, then you don't have any insurance claim on those goods. But if the mover packs it, he will accept full responsibility for the condition of your items.
Now, I know we've talked about this before, and I absolutely love these little tips that you have. When you are getting ready to do that move, and you do have the movers like yourselves coming over and packing, is there certain items that you should leave to the side and make sure that you don't pack for me?
Absolutely. It's kind of a common sense thing. It depends on how far you're going to be moving and whether you're going long distance or locally. You're going to need your own personal supplies for that night. I mean, move day, you know what? It's a big, busy day, and they're usually long, and you're tired because you've uprooted your entire life and gone to another place. So basically what you want to do is have at least an overnight bag with your personal meds and toiletries and whatever else is required that you need to get through the night with, and make that quick and easy.
And for people with children and stuff, we talked about this before. Don't pack those important electronics.
Or the kids.
One of the other things I heard you were saying to Tom just before the show is when you have pets and you have little children, when you are moving, I guess it's a good idea to make arrangements.
Absolutely. It's a great day to let them go out somewhere and have an adventure somewhere else with someone who's going to take care of them, the pets and the children, because the last thing you want is small people underfoot while you're trying to carry big pieces of furniture around.
Well, the movers from Red Path Relocations move so quickly, I guess sometimes they're carrying those boxes down the stairs and they can't see the little ones there.
Yeah, short people are hard to see.
There was a song about that, Randy Newman, Short People.
Must have been a moving box in there somewhere.
Must have been. Now, some people are thinking of moving. Should I pack this stuff myself? Should I put it in boxes and label it, then call the moving company? Or should I call the moving company and let them pack it? Or is that just kind of up to me?
Again, that's a personal choice. If you have the ability and you're physically able and you're comfortable with packing your own goods, then please go ahead. If you need some help with it, or you have valuable, very valuable things to you that you want to have professionally attended to, then you're better off to have the moving company take care of that.
Now, if somebody is thinking about making a move in the near future, let's give your telephone number. The number I have here is 604-945-9910.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's 604-945-9910. And if you'd like to get more information, please go to redpathrelocations.com.
Correct.
Got a brand new website there?
Yes, sir.
It's looking fabulous.
It's a work in progress all the time. Look, we're discovering.
Tell us a little bit about Red Path Relocations. Some people say, I think I know who these people are, but I'm not too sure.
Well, we're a family-owned business. It's myself and my son are the owners, and we have been in the industry for probably, myself for 30 years, and my son since he was very small, which is probably now 20 years for him.
Apparently he was born in the back of a moving truck. Is that true?
Yeah, I was actually moving someone on a trip.
So now, because you've been doing this for so long, you must have some tips. Let me ask you, first of all, for a couple of tips. But before we do that, I want to know, is there something that maybe people should not call Red Path Relocations to move, like, snakes? Or do you move snakes?
Again, it all depends on where you're moving from and to. If you're just moving across the street and you have a pet snake, I'm sure that you have a leash for it when you take it out walking or whatever you do with it. So you definitely want to, if you're going across the border, for instance, if you're moving to the United States, then there's all sorts of rules and things that apply. You can't just take animals across the border without having veterinarian records and certifications of vaccinations and all that type of thing.
So here's a question. You do move cross-border?
Yes, we do. We
Wow.
actually, we move anywhere in the world.
Oh, okay. See, that's good to know.
Makes it a lot easier for
'Cause
me for the next job, right?
Yeah, I might be moving to Mexico one day.
Not a problem at all.
Wait a minute, this is the first I've heard about this one.
In my head,
my head.
I would love to move to Mexico, but if I am moving to Mexico, you can help me move my stuff.
Anywhere in the world.
Great. Good to know.
Now, your company's expanding. I know that you got some secret things that are happening for the people out there, and that's a good thing. Things are always moving along nicely. Let's talk a little bit again about Red Path Relocations. I know you've been in business for quite some time. People used to know you by some other name.
Yes,
Yes.
we were part of Williams Moving and Storage, which was a great family-owned company that lasted for more than 85 years. And unfortunately, this year they decided to close. So when they closed, it just kind of opened the market up a little bit more for us to rebrand under our new name and carry on filling the void of people that need to be moved.
Now, Red Path Relocations used to be known for their expertise in commercial moving, but now you've also branched out into the residential area as well.
Yes, we've been doing the residential moving for a number of years on a smaller scale. We do a lot of work with insurance companies and restoration companies, just the larger ones. And when people have a catastrophe or a calamity or something where they need some help moving out, then we'll take care of that. And we actually store all of the goods in our warehouse after we make an accurate inventory of it. The repairs are done, and we bring their belongings back to them and place them in their home.
Well, I know that Sherry has a lot of fancy-dancy furniture around, and she's thinking of making a move, and she's wondering if she could store it with you folks, so she could do that.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to be moving. If I just wanted to store things, can I do that?
Absolutely. We've got 30,000 square feet of warehouse that's just ready for...
You do have a huge facility.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will fit my clothes.
That would fit, and your
Well,
shoes.
And
yes.
your shoes.
And my shoes, yes.
And not only that, I always talk about the coffee, but they have great coffee over there at Red Path Relocations. You're on, what is it?
Burbage.
Burbage.
Burbage Street.
I can
in
never pronounce
Coquitlam.
that, but Burbage Street.
Yes, we're centrally located right at the #1 freeway by the new and improved Portman Bridge. So the way they've fixed that road up, we can get just about anywhere in town real quick.
Now, somebody's thinking about moving. How far in advance should they call the moving company like Red Path?
Well, again, it depends whether you're moving long distance or whether you're moving just locally. 8 weeks out is a good time to start talking to your mover and getting an estimate, and then putting the plans in place for getting yourself packed up and ready to go. That's ample time to prepare. What you want to be ready for is the movers when they do arrive. So whether you're packing yourself or whether you're having the moving company pack you up, and whether you're using a moving company or even if you're just having your friends and family help you move, when the move day itself comes, you just want to make sure that everything is packed up and ready to go.
I have walked in on many clients who it's now time to give me the keys and give the new owners the keys, and they are still packing up the kitchen and boxes and so that's yes,
And
try to plan ahead.
And a load in the dryer that's still wet.
That's right.
That's
yes,
because some of
yes.
Sherry's friends go, oh, gee whiz, we're moving tomorrow, and I haven't even thought about it yet. That's pretty cool. So people have questions about moving and about storage and relocations. I guess they could give you a call at the office, could they?
Absolutely. 604-945-9910.
And your new and improved website is?
RedPathRelocations.com.
Right off his mind, just like from memory. RedPathRelocations.com, and the telephone number is 604-945-9910, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, last time you and your son had to go, can you hang around for a little while?
I'd love to hang out here for a bit.
No, that's okay. We'd like to have you with us, too. So that's Tim Redpath, and he is the CEO of Redpath Relocations. And maybe we suggest if you're thinking about moving, if you need something stored, if you maybe want to move an office. You move dental offices, too? All those.
Absolutely. The high-value equipment is no problem for us.
Nothing you don't move, huh?
No, sir.
All right, give them a call, 604-945-9910, or go to the website, redpathrelocations.com. 27 minutes now after 10 o'clock, and it's time now to say hello to Sue Warner. Sue is the BC Regional Manager for Legal Shield. We have her on the phone? Yeah, we do. Sue, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hello, everybody. A couple of colleagues and myself just got back from the Human Resource Management Association trade show. It was at the Vancouver Convention Center, and their theme this year is Radical Rethink, and Legal Shield was just the perfect fit. We had so many HR professionals looking for cutting-edge benefits for their employees. We had a ton of interest in both our legal and identity theft plans. The thing with identity thieves is that they go to great lengths to take over your identity. They can destroy your financial history and ruin your good name and character. Most victims don't even realize their identity has been compromised until at least 6 months after it started. It can take only minutes to steal a person's identity, but several years to repair it. The emotional stress alone weighs heavy on the victim and their families. A common concern for the companies is cyber fraud. Companies are looking for ways to better protect their employees from risk. Think about how much of our personal information is out there. Our employment history, birth and medical records, credit card information, banking information, and of course a whole lot more. We are all at risk every day. There are company security breaches happening continually throughout the world. In fact, that's exactly what happened to me. 2 years ago, I did some online Christmas shopping for one of my daughters. I was so happy because my order came in on time, the boots I ordered were right, she loved them, I thought everything was great. But about 3 weeks after the fact, I received an email from that company stating they had a huge security breach and all of their customers' information was out there, including mine. So really not great news to hear. But being that I'm a Legal Shield member, I was able to pick up the phone, call our partner company, Kroll Advisory Solutions, and I was able to speak to a licensed investigator. I can't even begin to tell you how relieved I was to know who to call in a situation like that. Huge, huge peace of mind. If your home was on fire and a fire department sent you some brochures on how to put out the fire, and then a few days later they sent you more brochures on how to rebuild your home, would that be helpful? Of course it wouldn't be. But what would be helpful is to have that fire department send out a fire truck, put out the fire, and then have a team of people come to your home to rebuild it. Well, that's exactly what we do here at Legal Shield. We assign a licensed investigator to your case, which allows you to get back to your daily life, while Kroll works very hard to restore your identity back to the pre-theft status. And should your credit rating be destroyed because of the fraud, Kroll will restore your credit to what it was before the breach occurred. I would much rather hand my problem over to an identity theft professional to restore my good name rather than me stressing out, not really knowing what to do, and spending a ton of time and possible money to fix it. Next week, my colleague Patricia LaPena will be here to talk about the importance of having your contracts and documents reviewed. I'm Sue Warner with Legal Shield for Radio Real Estate.
For more information, visit Legal Shield at 247legal.net. That's 247legal.net.
While we were listening to Sue talking, you were telling me that you've been through this situation before, as we know, and you could have used Legal Shield.
I could have definitely used Legal Shield because I know with Legal Shield it's just one call and they take care of everything. And I had to make about 50 calls, and it took me over a week. And even a year later, things were still popping up when my purse was stolen. So,
all right, well, there you go.
Legal Shield is awesome.
It's 10:30 on the West Coast. In the next segment of our program, we'll be joined by Mark Perry, our Radio Real Estate voice of the Valley. And this morning, Mark is going to be telling us about some of those great events going on in Chilliwack this weekend. I've got 2 words from Mark. We'll give Mark those 2 words in just a minute. Plus, he'll bring us up to date on Inglewood Courtyard. And
today I'll be chatting about a local place, Whistler. One of the most priciest places in Whistler, and I'm sure a celebrity will be buying that on my Celebrity Real Estate Gossip today.
You know what? I hear this music and I want to do some sort of Russian Cossack dance. You have a pair of those funny pants and boots around?
You know it.
Hey, before we go any further, your mom's having a birthday today. Is it today?
Yes, it is today. It's my mom's...
Don't need to say how old she is.
Hey,
no,
29 again.
Yes, she's a very young 29, and she is very happy over
And Dwayne, you told me that she's H-O-T hot, right? Happy birthday, Mom. 10:31. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, is in Oregon. We have a special studio guest. His name is Tim Redpath. He is the CEO of Redpath Relocations. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop. And you are listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
I'm Adam Corbin, president of InstaFund. For over 30 years, mortgage brokers have relied on InstaFund for fast service for their clients. These days, mortgage brokers are working extra hard. With tighter lending restrictions, many of their clients can no longer rely on the banks for financing. Mortgage brokers call on InstaFund to help their clients when the banks say no. Put our experience to work for you. Call 604-687-2020 to see if InstaFund is the answer to your client's mortgage needs. Visit our website at instafund.com.
Hi, this is Mark Perry, developer of Inglewood Courtyard in Chilliwack. For every potential real estate deal that comes across my desk, the first thing that I look at in a property is where it's located, and you should too. If you're looking for an active retirement community in the best location, you owe it to yourself to stop by Inglewood Courtyard. Visit us online at inglewoodcourtyard.ca.
If you've recently purchased or you're thinking of purchasing a house that is in dire need of some upgrades, then look no further. Hi, it's Mark from EA Renovations Limited. Fully licensed and insured, we'll turn your new house into a home you will be proud of. We do what it takes to ensure you're completely satisfied and make your renovation as painless as possible along the way. Call 604-825-0789 today or visit earenos.com to arrange your free in-home estimate.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As a successful broker-owner, I have developed a team of mortgage professionals that support me and my clients. If you're confused with all the mortgage chatter of do's and don'ts, my mortgage team is ready to answer your questions to determine the best mortgage for you. Call 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
CI 650. I'll be a big man in a big house. A big high fence all around. A big high fence all around.
I'll be a big man in a big house. The only big house I know of is a place that little boys and little girls don't want to go to. You're going to go in the big house? Could be trouble in the big house. Well, Mark from EA Renovations, you heard him on the air just a second ago, but he, again, is working on some special projects, and he won't tell us about it, but he said he will come on the show when it's finished and tell us about it. But in the meantime, if somebody is listening and they need to get some information on home renovations and the home renovation industry, what can they do?
Well, they can contact EA Renovations. They make the process smooth and easy. For more information, call Mark at 604-825-0789. That's 604-825-0789. Or online at earenos.com. That's earenos.com.
And Tim Redpath from Redpath Relocations is with us. You ever moved an aquarium full of fish?
We've moved lots of aquariums, but the fish were out of it.
They have to. I think they have to come out. Yeah.
They do?
Yeah,
Where do they go?
And the water.
I won't ask. It's a Radio Real Estate. The time now is 10:35. It's a Saturday morning. Thank you for tuning in. Now, if you missed the live portion of this program, you obviously can't hear what we're talking about now. But if you have a friend or a relative that missed the program and you are listening, you can tell them to go to our website.
Absolutely. I have a few friends today that called me and said, I want to listen to your show, but I can't. So they're going to download it by podcast and listen to it. Anytime.
Well, they are friends, aren't they?
They are friends.
Yeah,
or you can actually go to our website and you can actually watch the video of us.
Yes, you can. You can see how good-looking Sherry, and she's now Glama, and Tim are, and maybe even Dwayne a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe on Mother's Day, which is next Sunday, we could show a couple. Could you bring a couple of pictures of Mom?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Could you do that?
Yeah, why not?
We don't need to tell her. We could just send her the evidence a little later on. 10:35 Radio Real Estate Show. Mark Perry, our voice of the Valley, is on the line all the way from Chilliwack. Let's say good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Bill.
Well, Bill's down in Oregon right now, as you know, so he's listening long distance. Oh, we heard Bill say hello.
Yeah.
I've got two words for you, Mark. Monster trucks.
You betcha. Chilliwack is having a huge monster truck thing this weekend. Everybody's excited. The kids are excited, and I guess grandparents are real excited about having to take them and see the big show.
Well, I understand that yesterday one of the monster trucks was down at Mr. Lube hanging out there all day.
He was, yeah, and it looked good, and I'm hoping your family enjoyed all the attention that it came from there.
Well, what time does the monster truck pull on?
Go and see it at 1 o'clock.
I'm coming down right after the show. You know that.
Exactly.
I'm coming down for the monster truck. But on the way down, I'm thinking, you know what? After the monster truck, I should go by and see our friend Mark at Inglewood Courtyard, right?
You should. You know, it's been a thrive of activity at Inglewood for this past week. We've actually got our first move-ins. Tracy, the sales manager, has booked 4 move-ins a day, and it's good to see some moving trucks pulling in and lots of excited, happy people, so that's pretty interesting.
Exciting times for sure.
We've still got some reasonably good selection of inside units left. We've got our $25,000 discount for that, too. Come on in and see Tracy this weekend, and we will have some great specials for them.
So not only do you have a great place for us to live, a great community, you've got some great specials, too.
Yeah, very much so. You know what? We've got some move-in specials from discounts, doing some appliance packages and all that good stuff.
Now, we're on the way to the monster truck pull. We get down the highway. We're going east on Highway 1. Then what do we do?
Come east on Highway 1 until you get to the number 3 road exit. You'll see my big banner sign on the with a semi-truck trailer, and take a right on that exit, and you'll follow the Inglewood signs to our development. And if you miss that one, then come in off of Lickman Road, go southbound on Lickman Road until you get to Keith Wilson Road. Take a left on Keith Wilson Road and come to the very end of Keith Wilson Road, and that's where our community is.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you. Next week is a big week, of course, here on the Radio Real Estate Show and on Inglewood Courtyard. It's Mother's Day.
You bet, it's Mother's Day. Yep, and we look forward to celebrating all our moms, and I look forward to seeing some of our listeners out here this weekend. This is Mark Perry, the voice of the Valley, on the Radio Real Estate Show.
For more information about Inglewood Courtyard in Chilliwack, call Mark at 778-240-8513. That's 778-240-8513. Or go to inglewoodcourtyard.ca.
I've been waiting for this part of the show all week. It's 10:38, and now on the Radio Real Estate Show, it's time for Sherry Brown and Celebrity Real Estate Gossip.
Thank you, Tom. Well, we do have a lot of celebrities here in British Columbia and in Canada. And one of the hot places that I know a lot of our celebrities own is in Whistler. And there's a new property on the market. Whistler real estate agent has listed what could turn out to be Canada's most priciest vacation property if it sells. It's a 9,800 square foot, 10-bedroom luxury home, $22 million in Whistler.
$22 million.
Yes, and this is listed by John Ryan. And the home is one of 10 Whistler properties on the market that's more than $10 million. So Whistler's really gone up in price in the last few years. And the last previous sale in Whistler, the highest sale that we've had in Whistler and seen is $13.5 million. So this will be pretty incredible if it sells, and it will really, put a spotlight on Whistler.
No
and so
kidding.
you kind of have to be a celebrity or someone very well off to buy. And Ryan says that he's already had interest from potential buyers from Singapore and Germany and mainland China as well.
Interesting.
And the home has many, many luxuries, of course. And let's face it, Tom, if you have $20 million, and you want a second home, why not Whistler? It's
Great vacation home, that's for darn
It's
sure.
a great vacation home, and that's your celebrity real estate gossip today.
Now, Tim, do you guys at Redpath go up to Whistler?
Yes, we do.
All right, well, I'll get you the guy's number here. And he'll have a moving company
Yes.
to take good care of his stuff.
So
there.
when I buy that house,
Yes.
I might get it for $20 million.
All right.
I will have you move my stuff from my condo up to this house.
That would be our pleasure.
It's 10:40 on the Radio Real Estate program. In the next segment of the program, we're going to hear from our friend, aren't we?
Yes, we are. In the next segment of the show, we'll hear from Mr. Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages.
And I think this morning, Bill will be talking to us about prices in Oregon. Newport, Oregon is where he's at. So
Yes.
we'll find out what's going on down there.
And we're going to chat about commercial real estate in the Lower Mainland with a friend of mine, Don Mortimer, of the Powerhouse Agents at Remax Crest Westside.
This is Tom Lucas. Good morning. We have our co-host Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty with us. Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, will be on the line from Oregon in just a second. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop. Our special in-studio guest this morning is Tim Redpath, the CEO of Redpath Relocations. And if you want to find out more, what's your telephone number?
604-945-9910.
Let me try it again. What's your website?
RedpathRelocations.com.
Geez, you're good, man. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, the original on-air open house. Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, Sea-Isle 650.
Remember the last time your friends didn't help you move? Our family has helped move families and businesses around the world for the past 35 years. Redpath Relocations understands its needs of its clients. We offer walkaway service from your old office furnishings, donating them to local charities or environmentally friendly recycling. Check us out at redpathrelocations.ca or give us a call at 604-945-9910. Here at Redpath Relocations, we understand the business. We're always ready, always reliable.
Hi, this is Mark Perry, developer of Inglewood Courtyard in Chilliwack. For every potential real estate deal that comes across my desk, the first thing that I look at in a property is where it's located. And you should too. If you're looking for an active retirement community in the best location, you owe it to yourself to stop by Inglewood Courtyard. Visit us online at inglewoodcourtyard.ca.
I'm Adam Corbin, president of InstaFund. Our family has been in the mortgage business for 4 generations, and InstaFund offers some of the lowest second mortgage rates in BC. Do you have a high-interest second mortgage on your property? It's time to ask your mortgage broker to help you reduce your monthly payments and increase your cash flow. Ask your mortgage broker if InstaFund is the answer to your mortgage needs. Or call me, Adam Corbett, at 604-687-2020. Visit our website at instafund.com.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Most people need advice on mortgage financing. We provide personal financial advice with no vested interest and at no cost. We're compensated by the lenders. We'll review your current financial situation to determine if you are ready to purchase. If not, we'll help develop a plan to put home ownership in your future. For more information, call 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
It should get better as the day progresses. Some sun, some cloud today. The expected high about 15 degrees along the coast, maybe up to 18 degrees or a little bit warmer inland.
And tomorrow you're looking at very sunny with a high of 17 and 21 inland. And on Monday it's a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 18.
And Tim Redpath, what's the current temperature?
Currently sitting at 11 degrees.
On the Radio Real Estate Show.
Radio Real Estate Weather is presented by Legal Shield. Buying a home doesn't stop at the real estate agent. Movers, landscapers, hiring contractors, landlord or tenant strata issues, possible noisy neighbors. Know your rights. For more information, visit 247legal.net.
CI 650. I'm gonna make this place your home.
Yeah, you buy a house, you move in with Redpath Relocations, and all of a sudden that house becomes your home.
Yes,
yeah,
it does.
The house has got to be a home. 10:44, it's the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now to look at Lower Mainland Real Estate. We're going to talk with Don Mortimer of the Powerhouse Agents. They're over at Remax Crest West Side. We're going to talk, I think, about, let's see if we can talk about the commercial side. Don, good morning.
Good morning.
Another weekend is here, but I know you're not sitting there on your laurels, or at least on the back porch. You're out there working this weekend, right?
Working hard, going to open houses, showing places.
I know you and your partner, Andy, sell a lot of homes. But what about businesses? Let's talk about businesses for a change this weekend.
So many business owners work so hard building up their client base, building up their sales, but they forget that it is very, very important to keep really strong financial records. If you don't, the first question out of any buyer's mouth is, how much do they make? If you forget to record or not record all the sales that are cash, it's going to hurt you at the end of the day when we're evaluating your business.
You keep those records because it's very, very important.
It makes or breaks you when it comes to getting your goodwill and all the hard work that you put into it. If you do not keep those records, you are going to be hurt very strongly financially.
Is it tough to sell a business these days? We know that houses are moving along. What about businesses?
Surprisingly, they are pretty active right now. Good example is I had a business in Fort Langley, a floral business, kept fantastic books, well managed, good inventory, strong lists, and she sold it in 2 weeks.
Wow. Sure, it doesn't take much time, does it?
No, it doesn't if you maintain strong business records.
So I would imagine maintain strong business records, make sure your business is properly priced, and the agent will have not much of a problem, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, fantastic. You get back to work. You've been lollygagging long enough, Don, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. We'll talk to Andy next week.
Yeah, very good. Have a wonderful day. This is Don Mortimer for Radio Real Estate.
To learn more about the Powerhouse Agents, you can give Don and Andy a call at 604-307-3000. That's 604-307-3000. Or visit their great website at powerhouseagents.ca.
Mad money, that's what we're all looking for. And I know the guy, he's the perfect guy to get some mad money from.
Yes.
If you catch him on a good day. His name is Bill Macklem. He's the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. He's our mortgage guru on the show, and he's on special assignment. I feel sorry for you. You were in Newport in Oregon?
Newport, Oregon.
Yeah, nice. How did you manage that?
Just a special assignment. There's 10,000 people down here, so I thought, there's an opportunity for a couple of mortgage brokers.
Well, all right.
Have you had any seafood down there yet?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Went to a place on Bay Street, which is the old waterfront from the fishing days, and there's just some great fresh Dungeness crab. They figured that Newport is the world's capital of Dungeness crab.
Is that what they
Wow,
figure? Wow,
that's a great place to be.
That's
if you
reason
like
for me
crab.
to move there. Let me tell you.
I'll tell you, I had some crab cakes here. They were to die for.
Now, listen, Bill, as you know, our friend Tim Redpath from Redpath Relocations is sitting in your chair this morning, keeping it warm for you. And he has a moving truck that's empty and it's ready to roll. Wait a minute. Yes, it's idling out front of the radio station now, and he wants to fill it up. So if you were to give us some prices of homes in Oregon, maybe what Tim could do is load up that truck with somebody who wants to move down there.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we might have a cooler truck, and we could bring back some Dungeness crab.
That works, Bill.
You can do that?
I love Newport.
This is the first time I've ever stayed here, and it's a really interesting community.
Now, if somebody's up here and they're thinking about moving down there, Bill, what are they looking at for prices?
Well, I talked to Sarah Bell from the, as I was saying earlier, from the Emerald Coast Realty, and she gave me a couple of listings here. So we got one here that's selling for $390,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, total square feet about 3,000 square feet, 2-car detached garage, no view, sitting on 2.27 acres, and it's selling for $390,000.
How much?
$390,000.
Wow, what a deal.
That's a lot cheaper than here in the Lower Mainland.
Well, the other thing I was talking to her about is that in Oregon, you only have to put down 3.5%.
Wow.
Let's go.
But you do have to have about $6,000 to $8,000 in closing costs, which is different than we are, with all the different kinds of legal structures that they have. And if you put down 3.5%, then you have to have anywhere from 3 to 6 months of payments put aside in an account, so that they have to see that available, so that they know you're not going to get into trouble.
So, Bill, let's say I change my mind and I'm not going to move to Mexico, and I decide I want to move to Oregon. Is there financing available for somebody who wants to move down there?
Yes, so we would have to talk to our group mortgage broker down here, Ron Cole, who's with Eagle Home Mortgages. And we would talk to him. We talked to him yesterday, and he's quite willing to help people get finance down here. Good guy.
Now, we know that in Canada, I'm sorry, but I was going to say, I know that in Canada, you were telling people on the show a little while ago that you need to be the legal age to get a mortgage. Do you need to be 21 in the States to get a mortgage?
Exactly.
You do, eh?
Exactly. You got to be legal age. But some interesting stuff, though. As I was talking with Sarah Bell, she was telling me that for the first time in close to 15 years, she has more family buyers than she's seen, as I was saying, in the last 15 years. So that's a good news, because what's happened in the American market is that they had lost that ability to help first-time home buyers, because most first-time home buyers couldn't afford to buy a home, and so now she's starting to get people to buying homes.
All right, now just take a look out. Just take a look out your hotel window, Bill. What is the average age group of the person walking around? Is it a good mix, or is it mostly older folks?
Good mix. It's a good mix. Young people with kids, all over the place, and plus a lot of seniors. We're close to a marina, so obviously those people have retired, I'm thinking, for the most part, and they've got a boat that's worth anywhere from 150 to a mil.
Wow.
And so you got a different perspective there. But what I'm noticing, though, she was saying that they're getting more and more buyers, much like Vancouver is, getting more and more buyers from the Midwest. So Utah, Idaho are coming west to buy properties, and they're staying and living and working. They are getting some retirees coming up from California, and they're buying a lot of properties. But the rental properties out here, if you're looking at vacancies and availability and all that, the vacancies here are at an all-time low.
Well, this
so
sounds
you've seen a real change in the market here.
This sounds pretty interesting. Now, if I was thinking about this, I'm listening to Bill right now, and this sounds pretty good. I'm thinking about making that move. I could call Tim over at Redpath Relocations, and Tim, you could pack up my boat for me?
Absolutely.
If I had one?
Whatever you have, Tom.
Take it down to Oregon?
Move it for you all the way to Oregon, or even farther if you want to go to California.
Just give you a call maybe 8 weeks in advance?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll call you 8 weeks in advance, 10 weeks in advance. I'm going to go see Bill Macklin to get some money so I can pay.
Don't forget, I can actually get some financing on the place you already own in Canada.
Really?
To help you buy that home down here. So you might have this as a summer home. Because as they're saying, they're not building any more waterfront. Well, that may be changing with the melting of the of the glaciers, of all the ice packs. But they aren't making any more waterfront, and all the waterfront is pretty much sold.
So what you're saying then is the last thing I want to pack, so there'll be the first thing to be open would be my water wings.
Or your life jacket.
Or that canoe you got in the backyard.
Or my life jacket. Bill, listen, I hope you guys have a great time down there. It's 10:51 on the show. You're back in the studio next week, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so
Looking
Tim,
forward to it.
so Tim will have to move over to the other chair and let you sit down where you belong.
Exactly.
Yeah, listen, I hope you and Kathy have a great time, and we'll see you back in the studio next week, my friend.
Thanks very much. You guys have a great day. Thanks, Tim. See you, Sherry.
Bye.
Thank you.
You can get expert mortgage information online by visiting billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com. Or you can call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
It's 10:53 on the Radio Real Estate Show. In the next segment of the program, our home handyman Finn Jensen says, do you still have those gray plastic pipes in your house? Do you? Well, you've got about 2 minutes to go and check, and we're going to find out what he's got to say in just a few minutes.
This is Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, who you just heard from Oregon, and our producer, Dwayne Bishop and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy CIL 650.
Home prices are out of control in Vancouver. Hi, it's Mark with EA Renovations Limited. Let us turn your basement or laneway into a beautiful new mortgage helper. Fully licensed and insured, we do what it takes to ensure you're completely satisfied. And we make your renovation as painless as possible along the way. Call 604-825-0789 today or visit earenos.com to arrange your free in-home estimate.
When you're planning a business move, here at Redpath Relocations, we understand the business. With over 35 years relocating clients all over the world, we work with you from start to finish. Our service is so good, you'll want to move again. Visit us at redpathrelocations.ca or give us a call at 604-945-9910. Make the right move by taking the Red Path. We're always ready, always reliable.
Hi, this is Mark Perry, developer of Inglewood Courtyard in Chilliwack. For every potential real estate deal that comes across my desk, the first thing that I look at in a property is where it's located. And you should too. If you're looking for an active retirement community in the best location, you owe it to yourself to stop by Inglewood Courtyard. Visit us online at inglewoodcourtyard.ca.
When you have a challenging mortgage situation, where do you turn? Private mortgage lenders have picked up where the banks have left many borrowers scrambling. I'm Adam Corbin, president of InstaFund. Borrow from InstaFund for any reason. Purchase more property, build a development, buy out your landlord, or pay other debts. And let's not forget taxes. We can help pay those too. Ask your mortgage broker to call InstaFund for a quote, or call me, Adam Corbin, at 604-687-2020. Visit our website at instafund.com.
CIL 650. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
Well, if you're looking for a good home handyman, we need you to call Finn Jensen. He's on the show every week. And this morning, Finn is here and he's got something very special to talk to us about. Good morning, Finn.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, everyone. The other day, a customer posed an old question to me. What about this gray plastic tubing? Is it okay, or shall I think about removing it? It's one of those plumbing concerns that haunt some people who have good homes, but also with the old problematic gray plastic piping. It is giving the owners trouble from leaking fittings to split tubing both in walls and in heated floor applications. The answer is that it's clearly a problem, but it's not across the board. Many installations haven't had any problems. Not to say they won't, but it's been more than a quarter century since it was first used in homes. The impression one gets is that much has to do with the quality of the installation as well as the product. Proper craftsmanship and careful work is very important when performing any piping work. It can mean the difference between continuous problems and a system running for years without a hiccup. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
If you have any plumbing or air conditioning work to be done, call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations at 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
It's the Radio Real Estate Show live on Smooth and Easy CIL 650. It's 10:56. That's the time. And Sherry, it's that time of year where people are thinking about putting their houses on the market for springtime, and I think it's time to make a move.
It is time to make a move, and I tell you, if you want a single-family home, you need to make a move fast.
Because they are selling, right?
Oh, man, Tom, I've heard so many stories this week of competing offers. We're talking not one, not two, but like up to 10, 20 offers for a house in North Delta and Surrey and White Rock. It's crazy. So even filtering from Vancouver out into the Lower Mainland, it is really, really busy.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if it means anything or not, but I've I've heard that sometimes a realtor will go to somebody's house and they will put an artificially low price on the house to encourage different offers.
That does happen.
It does?
I
Okay.
think it happens more so in Vancouver because in the Lower Mainland, you could kind of run into trouble doing that. It's not really recommended.
Okay.
I would personally put it close to market value, or maybe a good price market value, maybe a little under. But going incredibly low is, I think you're really taking a risk.
So the thing to do is have the realtor over, sit down at the kitchen table, because it's always at the kitchen table. Take your glasses off and listen to what the realtor has to say to you, right?
Absolutely. And what we were talking about in Vancouver, what they're doing is houses will be listed for $900,000 in East Van, and they're going for 1.1 million.
Wow.
1.2 sometimes.
Pretty exciting.
So definitely we see that in East Van and Vancouver. But yeah, sit down with your realtor. Weigh all the options. Look at all the information that your realtor is bringing. This is what we do. We look at the information. We show you the recent sales. We tell you about what's going on in the current marketplace. And hopefully you'll listen and take that in. But at the end of the day, I always tell my clients, it is totally up to you where you want to price it. This is your baby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to live with them afterwards.
Maybe.
So it's up to them to price it where they feel comfortable, and I will give them as much feedback as possible.
So if somebody would like to get a hold of you, Sherry, how do they do that?
They can reach me at my office, on my cell actually, at 604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789. And at sherrybrown.ca. That's SHER Brown.ca.
It's the Radio Real Estate Show. It's about 1 minute before 11 o'clock. Our special in-studio guest this morning has been Tim Redpath, who is the CEO of Redpath Relocations. I didn't ask you when we were talking earlier, Tim, have you ever actually worked on a truck and moved stuff yourself?
Yes, I was a professional mover for a lot of years.
You
That's
were?
how I broke into this business. And you know what, Tom, I still get out there on the trucks every now and then, too.
You don't.
I do. It's great. It's great exercise for me, and it really inspires my team as well.
I thought you just wore your nifty double-breasted suit and sat there with your feet up on the desk all day. No, eh?
Feet are always on the floor, Tom.
Now, Tim, if somebody would like to find out some more about making a move, or they want to call Redpath Relocations to maybe move their office or their home, how do they get a hold of you?
604-945-9910.
That number again?
604-945-9910.
And your website?
redpathrelocations.com.
RedpathRelocations.com. Pretty simple.
Yes, sir.
We're going to, I was talking to you during the commercial breaks about maybe coming out to your location, and maybe we could do the show from the tailgate of one of your big trucks one day.
We would be honored for that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Maybe take us a little spin around the block after the show.
For sure.
Safety first.
Always.
All right, Tim, thank you for coming out.
Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate you being in the studio.
Sherry.
Tim Redpath, he is the CEO of Redpath Relocations. And if you'd like to get a hold of him, again, your telephone number is?
604-945-9910.
604-945-9910, redpathrelocations.com. Sherry Brown, you have a wonderful week.
I will.
You're going to be in a parade next week.
I'm in a parade next week, yes. So, because you know what I love to do on my days off?
No, what do you love to do on your days off?
I love to be in parades.
I see. Okay. Well, Radio Real Estate returns next Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and I'll be back Monday afternoon at 2. You have yourselves a great weekend. Go buy a house or two and call your moving company. Call Redpath Moving. They'll get you there in time. It's Tom Lucas for everybody on the show. Thank you. Bye.